Hey, this is Dave in the shop, and today, oh, wait a minute. And today we're going to continue our work with French cleats. We're going to make a special bracket using this 45-degree tilt down that's going to hold all of our drill bits for our drill press. Stay tuned, and I'll show you how. The plan for today is to replace this shelf that's holding the bits with an angled down shelf that's custom drilled to fit all of the bits. This will provide easy access while I'm operating the drill press. We'll start this build by CNC cutting the French cleat brackets that are angled down at 45 degrees. And as before, we've cut that with tabs to hold the part in place, and we use the belt sander to sand those tabs off. And this little clip was shot with the Apple Vision Pro and is really one of the first video clips that I've shot. The video is sped up just a little bit, and obviously I've got a lot to learn about framing using the headset. With our brackets cut, we're now ready to move on to the part that will hold all of the bits. We're going to CNC cut that as well, so we're going to use a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and we'll set that up with holes spaced out to hold all of the bits and a little bit of additional room for growth. As you can see, again, this will be cut on the CNC with tabs to hold it in place. And of course, the drills are various sizes from 1/4 inch up to 1/2 inch to accommodate all the different types of bits and pieces that I have. With the software loaded into the CNC control computer, we're now ready to load our materials and clamp those down securely. And then we'll find the center point where the bit needs to be placed, and then we'll set the height adjustment. Now we're ready to start cutting. So the CNC software will drill each of the holes, and when you need something that is absolutely precise, there's no substitute. You certainly could drill this with a hand drill, or you could drill it on a drill press, and you would certainly get an acceptable result. The next step is to cut the part out using the Dremel tool, and then we'll take it over to the sander and sand off the tabs. And here's the cut piece, and we'll test out all of the bits in it, make sure that everything fits nicely. Now we'll create a base plate out of 1/4 inch material. This will be glued to the bottom, and it'll keep any bits from falling through the shelf. I'm using just standard wood glue that I'll spread across the piece. And then the next step will be to clamp all the parts and pieces together. I'm using some bar clamps to go across the piece just to help with alignment, and then the spring clamps to hold it all together as it dries. Once the glue is set, then I can remove all the clamps. And then we'll sand the edges to make sure they're all smooth and aligned. Now another quick test fit. And it looks like all the parts and pieces fit in nicely. Now we're ready to glue the 45-degree angle brackets to the bit holder. And we'll clamp that, let that set. And then once it has had time to dry, and we'll flip it over, put the other side onto the drill bit holder. We'll clamp that, and of course, let it dry. And we have the option, we can add a couple of screws to it as well, just to give it additional strength. Now with the glue all set, we're able to put our bits on it and give it a test run. So we'll mount it to the French cleat. And while I was at it, I built a second one with a flat bottom to hold my drill index. And then in the final version, you can see I did a little bit of sanding to smooth out the end of the bracket. One of the key features that I really like about these drill holders is that they have a flat bottom, so they can be taken off of the shelf and then put on the bench top. So it becomes a very, very flexible way to hold and store the drill bits. I hope you enjoyed this build. This is Dave in the shop. We'll see you on the next video.